Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you very much for joining us for today's webinar that details the integration between results software as well as TSheets. I want to welcome you all. Thank you very much for taking the time of your busy day. We have many of you on the call today, and looking forward to showing you both the TSheets product and then showing you how the results product that you know will be integrating with the TSheets product. I'm very pleased to have with us today Angel Esposito from TSheets. She's going to be demonstrating the TSheets product and also showing the functionality within the TSheets product. So first, from a results software perspective, I'm going to go ahead and get started right now with the presentation. So I'm going to start with explaining why we have decided to integrate with TSheets. In addition to them being such a wonderful company on multiple levels and very engaged with the QuickBooks community and are part of that community because of their powerful product and the way it integrates with QuickBooks, we have found a number of key aspects of that product that are very useful for our results users. And we have had those features that I'm going to be mentioning been requested from us multiple times. So the results product, because of the way we have the track the activities and the assignments, and we track the timesheets, you can take those timesheets and use them for billable action items, as well as synchronize that to QuickBooks, so QuickBooks has visibility into the actual activity records themselves that have been completed and what work was done, etc. One of the things that was not available in our product, though, and a missing gap for those that needed that functionality, is we did not have that ability to do the overall clock in and clock out. So for example, let's say you run an organization with a field service technician that shows up to the office at 8 a.m. and then she will pick up her tickets for the day, review the materials, and then get on the road, and the first location that she'll be working from would be at 10 a.m. That 10 a.m. assignment would be on the results mobile, which we'll review today as we do our demo. And so results is able to allocate the time and know that she started that work at 10. When she's done, let's say at 11:30, then we'll show the 1.5 hours that can be on a billable item and end up on an invoice, and that 1.5 hours would end up being shown in the QuickBooks side when the timesheet is integrated. But the challenge is that from a company perspective, there was no place in results to capture that 8 to 10 a.m. before, in this example, before the first work was done. With the ability now to be able to clock in from any of the results products, desktop and or web, then effectively this person can show that she started work, she was on the clock as of 8 a.m. even though the first billable action that she was assigned to do work on did not start until 10 a.m. That ability to have that overall view of all the hours captured by TSheets, submitted from TSheets directly to QuickBooks, is basically what empowers you. And then, by the way, the amazing level of reviews that you can do from a supervisor perspective, approval, have a visibility of how many hours were used, whether overtime is applicable, so that there's a lot of aspects that Angel will share with you regarding the TSheets capability and functionality. But the point now is that from within the results product, not only would this technician be able to report the overall hours, billable and otherwise, but also other individuals within your organization can use that same interface and same capability. An administrative staff person, for example, or the person doing the scheduling. Those individuals before, because they did not have assigned tasks within results, did not have a way to report their time. Now they would. Beyond just the clock in, clock out, there are very nice functionality within the TSheets product itself that Angel will share with you, but also from our perspective, from the what you will see in the integration, with ability to click on a button from within results and see who's working. A listing of all the staff that are on the clock effectively and how much time they have used up to that point or reported up to that point. The ability to jump directly to the timesheets and work with the timesheets for approval. Ability to send a notification to the staff directly from within the results product using the TSheets technology. All of those capabilities are now within the product and within the reach of our client base. All right, that gives you the background as to why the integration was there. It's a leveraging of both companies' capabilities to give you more value for TSheets customers as well as for results customers. With that, Angel, I'm going to be turning the controls over to you to be able to share with our customers the capabilities and the wonderful things that TSheets can do.
Okay, perfect. Good afternoon, everybody. Let me go ahead and turn on the slideshow here. And Sam, are we good? Can you see that slideshow there?
Yes, perfect. Right on.
Perfect. Okay. So just like Sam was saying, we'll give you a little bit of overview of TSheets so you guys know who we are and what we do. So we are the #1 rated time tracking app in QuickBooks. Just like you said, we have a phenomenal partnership with them. This is our customer service team. So if you guys don't get the opportunity to talk to me, you'll get to talk to one of these great faces, and everybody's amazing here. The best part about TSheets is that we want to act as an extension of each and every single one of your teams out there and provide you with the best customer service and the best tech support should you need it. So what does TSheets do? Just as Sam was saying, you guys are going to have this great integration to be able to provide all solutions into one. And TSheets is a cloud-based software that provides you with the latest technology with mobile time tracking from any device that has an internet connection. So whether it just be a cell phone here or a tablet, computer, laptop, you have that option. We do have the apps available in the App Store as well as the Android market. So Android and Apple are what we're compatible with for the App Store. With TSheets, we are guaranteed to put you business owners at ease knowing that your time is tracked accurately, as well as the employees are reassured that they're getting paid to the very last minute. So we guarantee to save you guys all time and money, and you don't have to take that from TSheets. You don't have to take that from results. It's a proven statistic from the American Payroll Associates. So you can visit us online on our ROI calculator that we have there. This is a slide of our user interface, which we'll dive to here in just a second. So it's a very simple product. And TSheets, where we are today. Currently here in our office, we're based in Eagle, Idaho, and we have 60-plus employees on the verge of getting about 100 by the end of this year. We're used in over 100 countries, as well as time-tracked process over 6 billion in payroll. So we're on track, just as we should be. Just like Sam was saying, our partnership with the Intuit App Center, we have over 1,000 5-star reviews based on our customer service as well as our time tracking app. We're proud to announce our integration and partnerships, and as you can now see, we have results there. So we are super excited about this partnership with them. TSheets has several awards. I just wanted to point out a couple of them here, but we are nominated as the best place to work. The company truly loves the employees, and the employees truly love the customers. So we are absolutely super excited about that award, as well as the Intuit App of the Month and Favorite App. So we are super excited about those. So I'm going to dive right into our TSheets system here and show you guys just a couple of things in the system. Let me close out this. So the first thing you'll notice when you enter our website is the Who's Working window here on the right-hand side. You'll be able to get a quick glance from an admin's view of which employees are on the clock and which employees have not yet clocked in. And to the left, you'll see your simple time card. So it is as simple as punching in on the job that you need to go to. If you have a service item that's required, you just choose that. And if you have your employees enter any notes that are attached with that job, they can do that. When you save these notes, they do attach to the time card. So you're capturing accurate start and stop times, just as you've seen in the deck. So we got that here. I'm going to go right into our timesheets. So with these timesheets, when you pull this up, you're going to notice that you have a list of all of your employees. And what I like to do is just simplify this list, and up here in the top right-hand corner, you can type in a specific individual's name that you're looking for a timesheet. So I'm going to go ahead and look at Betty's. And here on the timesheets, if you notice that an employee, it says 8 hours that they worked, it doesn't seem right, you can go ahead and just hit X, and you can simply delete that timesheet. If you need to make an edit to a timesheet, it's as simple as just clicking on the pencil and editing the time. So versus 8 hours, we'll just go ahead and put 7 hours, and we can update that. This little globe icon is any GPS that was tracked. So you are absolutely able to track GPS, as to Sam's point, knowing exactly where your employees were when they clocked in and out of that job. So I'm going to go ahead and click on this map here for Betty and give you guys an idea of what this map looks like. I'm sorry. Okay, so here's a perfect map. So the great thing about this GPS tracking is that you're able to, anytime that the employee clocks in, clocks out, they switch a job code or they switch a task, they are tracked for that. If they're on the go, every 5 to 10 minutes, we'll pull that GPS location to see where they're at. You can zoom into this, so if you need to get exact views, you can do that of street views, and you can even turn it into satellite if you need to. So it's a great feature that TSheets has to offer, and we're excited to bring that to results. If you need to add a new timesheet for an individual who may have forgotten to clock in or clock out, you simply just hit Add New Timesheet and put the employee's name, and you can currently put them on the clock, select a job and a service item, and save that timesheet. So we're going to go right into the reporting side for TSheets. So now that you've tracked some time, now you're able to run several different reports within the software. So first is the approvals report. You have several different filters that you're able to break this down by either pay period, custom date ranges, or by certain weeks, by certain groups, or certain individuals. So if you run that report, you'll notice all the hours that the employees have worked. You can simply just click on View Details, and you can view what job that person was on, and it shows a manual time card, so how many total hours of the day that they worked and which jobs. If everything looks great, you simply just click Approve. So now the time is ready to be approved. That was past my date here, so I'll go back here to the 11th. So you just approve the time. Once it's approved, it highlights in green, and now it will then show up. You can go up to your QuickBooks integration and export all the time. Once you export the time into QuickBooks, if you're familiar with QuickBooks, it will just actually show up under your weekly timesheets. And from there, you're ready for invoicing and payroll. And speaking of payroll, we'll jump right into that report. So payroll report, you have all of those options as well for filters. You just run your report. Again, you can see all of your employees' time that they had tracked. You can open up each individual employee. Again, if you wanted to get a breakdown of where their time was spent and see their time card. You can download individual files if you'd like for specific users, or click download to download it for each person. Individual timesheets or as a whole, the payroll totals in Excel, PDF, or CSV format. The awesome part about TSheets that I love is our project report, because this really shows where the money and the budget has been going in the company, and you're able to put money back into your bottom line. So again, after you run your filters, you're going to be able to see what jobs you're spending the most time doing, where your groups are spending their time at the most, any service items, as well as where is the employee's time spent. So you're really able to get a good overview of your budget and see if you need to make any changes or if everything's working out as it should be. You can then download this if you need to, and it downloads it right into a CSV file. And what I'm going to show you here lastly but not least is the mobile app from the cell phone. So if you choose to use the TSheets app and you can clock your employees in or out, I'm going to go ahead and minimize this. If you can see my phone there, I'm going to go ahead and just unlock it. Under the work section here, it shows I clocked in. I clicked on TSheets, so this is the overview. So you're able to see any weekly job codes. I can see right from my phone which employees are currently on the clock. If I click on time card here, if I need to change my job code, I can select that job code and just switch it to something else if I need to. So now I've automatically switched job codes. If I'm a crew manager, I can click on the crew, and I can simply just hit ground maintenance, and I can clock all my workers in at one time, or I can select individuals that have may showed up for the day. I just hit next, and then I clock them in. In the timesheets, I can see any timesheets that are made for the day. If I need to add a new timesheet, I just hit the plus sign, and I can either enter specific hours that they worked or what time they were in or what time they were out. So as a crew manager, you really have great functionality. And then you have some setting options in here. So that's a quick overview of our TSheets software, Sam. So I'm going to give it back to you, and if anybody has any questions or concerns, I'll feel free to answer, okay?
Angel, thank you very much. Fantastic job. Appreciate that very much. And please continue to submit your questions. We have both Mike and Larry on the line to answer those questions live. So, Angel, I'm going to take the screen back. And let's see if I can find my record up here. Okay. Okay. All right, showing my screen here. Angel, if you can quickly confirm for me that the results screen is displayed.
Yep, I can see it.
Wonderful. Thank you very much. Appreciate the presentation. So now that you saw what TSheets can do, we're super excited about the partnership with TSheets and what we feel that we bring great value together to the market, to both customer bases. So what I'm going to show right now is I'm going to reveal on the desktop side, is where I'm going to start. I'm going to reveal where the integration takes place. Keep in mind the beta is ready as of this week. We had promised it on the 15th, which is Wednesday, and was ready for that. So here's where you would interact on the desktop side or the back office side. So you would go to the setup menu, you would go to the options screen, and when you go to integrations, you'll notice the list of integrations, and all the way to the end would be TSheets. In this case, this copy has been configured and authenticated. In other words, these are the specific items that will authorize this user, the user of the results product across all results users, to be authorized to connect to the TSheets. We know who you are based on your login, so results will automatically send in the login information for Mary. I'll explain that in just 1 minute. But this is basically you do one for your whole account with TSheets, one entry on the TSheets side, and then your system becomes TSheets ready effectively. At this point, what you would have done is engage the new TSheets integration menu that's available from the time and expenses menu. So this is where our standard timesheets, and they won't be disabled, they're still available because they serve a specific purpose, but this is now the additional TSheets integration. First time you come in, you're going to be, and also over time, you will use what's called the TSheets export. So this is the ability for you to do the following items. First, you can decide who on your team are going to be TSheets users. The expectation, of course, is that all of them would be. And so what you would do is you would check this box, and then you would potentially say you're only going to send one or two. You're going to basically select the items that you specifically want, or just select the full team and just export them out. Now, all the users and results that you would have selected here will automatically get then pushed into the TSheets account, so you would not have to, as an administrator, you have 50 users or 100 users, you're not going to go and enter those individually into the TSheets application. Each of those users will be automatically registered. We also give you the ability to export out the full list of customers. We're still in the beta, so in the second phase of the beta, which would be Monday the 27th, we will have an additional menu option here to send out the projects also along with the customers from results. And then you're also able to send all your services. These are the items you bill under, or your staff will bill under, so that when everything is submitted to QuickBooks from the TSheets side, then all this information will be tied to the work that was done. So the billing rate are basically effectively your QB items, or the QuickBooks items, the items that are that have a price to them, and services that will end up on the invoice, showing what that amount of time is going to be billed at. So this is how you get the data over to TSheets. But this is for kind of an administrative mass update. At the same time, the integration covers incidentals in the sense of you add a customer right now, you just call them and say, can you send a technician out to do this work in the next 2 hours? We're going to be home, so they can come over right now, you can get to work. So you are able to add that customer instantly here. You don't even have to use the export. What we're doing is on the mobile device, which I'm going to show you shortly. If you end up having a person clock in to do the work on a task that has not been already exported, it will do an instant export of the new customer record and or new project and or the service item itself that is used. So we will not create a challenge where the person in the field cannot log their work in TSheets because a full sync or a full export has not been done. So we cover with both bases. Of course, it's speedy to push everything over from one place, but the system will also handle the exceptions. So from any user on the results side will be able to clock in and clock out. And then here, you'll basically see a list of what you are able to clock in. So a person, let's say administrative person, not even in the field, somebody in the office is going to be starting at 9 a.m. and they're just going to be doing administrative work. And they can pick that from one of the categories they bill under. At 12 p.m., they're going to switch to do invoicing, for example, or other tasks that you want to categorize differently. So a person clocking and clocking out is able to pick and choose what they're going to clock in under if you want to, or they can just clock in under the general bucket for being on the clock until they clock out and stop back, and then again, they can do multiple stop and starts as they need to. There's a button for who's working, which is a fantastic feature. Angel showed you that, and the ability then is to see who is on the clock for how much time they've spent. There's also a notify staff module that allows you to either push a message to one or more individuals. Actually, I can show you their interface. So let me click on notify staff. So you'll see the ability of whoever was already pushed to TSheets will be, right, because you might have 70 employees, but maybe not all of them have been sent over to TSheets. Whoever was sent over to TSheets will be listed here. You can select them all, type up the message, and click now and send the message, or you can schedule it to later. So at the end of the day, before you shut down for the day, you can send a message that will go out at 7 a.m. the next morning to remind all the technicians or all the staff actually across the company of a specific announcement or a specific meeting that needs to be done. So that's the notify via the TSheets module. So this is what we're doing on the desktop. Let me go ahead and switch over, and I'm going to show you a live example of how a field technician is affected by this integration. In this case, we'll be showing the mobile side of the integration. So I've prepared a simple example for you here. So this is a project for Stefan Anderson, and at a specific location for Stefan Anderson, right? So that there's we're not doing the work at the primary, we're doing the work at the 222 West Butterfield Boulevard. So that's the associate record. We've created an activity. We have a service on site that has been set up for Mary to go out there and do a quick inspection of the roof. And there might be notes that might be here, helpful notes specific to the work that needs to get done. Also, as many of you probably leverage already or take advantage of already in results, you are able to do have an automatic document like a checklist document or a instructions document or a script that gets assigned with a specific type of an activity. So if your activity is an on-site work for roof inspection, for example, you can have a specific checklist for roof inspection automatically inserted and attached to the record. And now via a recent change to results or update to results mobile, we're able to even give that accessibility to that document in the field. We'll show you that in a second. So everything is linked. The item is billable at a certain rate, so all the information is already in the system. So this is the desktop side, right? Somebody scheduled Mary to go and do that work under this project for this specific customer. All right, so let me show you what we've set up for you next. This is the results mobile. This is 15.2.11. This is part of the beta release of the results mobile that has the TSheets integration. And let me also bring up one other screen, which is the TSheets product. And in this case, I'm going to be logging in as an admin user, and I'm going to go ahead and sign into this account. So the two forms or the two windows that automatically have in here for this sample data in the sandbox, this separate area that we're working with, is showing who is working. Right now, no one is clocked in. And we have a sample customer in here and the general bucket under which people can clock in and clock out if you don't want them to be billing against a certain customer or a project. So let's go ahead and come into the mobile, Results Web and Results Web Mobile effectively and log in as Mary. We're going to go ahead and tell it we're going to use the mobile interface. I'm going to force it to go that. Remember, the Results Web Mobile will do what's called an auto-sensing, has an auto-sensing technology. So it will self-adjust the proper interface based on the screen you're working from. And since I'm working from a laptop, in this case, it will think that I can use the full-blown system, the results for the web. But in this case, I want to force it to take me to Results Mobile. So one of the first things you'll notice that when you come in under Results Mobile, this version that we just mentioned, that's part of the beta, and you look at the menu, there's now a capability for you to go ahead and clock in. So we're going to go ahead and do that. Now notice there's no additional steps, no additional action, no logging in needed. This is just, I'm logging here on the right side just to show you the effect of what's going to happen. But the user in the field doesn't have to feel that they're working with two different vendors or two different websites. They're basically effectively logging in directly from within the results application using their mobile device, a phone, tablet, whatever they want to. So I'm going to go ahead and refresh the screen on the right side. And you'll notice right now from who's working, whether in this case I'm seeing it, I'm the same person seeing it, but it could be somebody in the office checking what's going on. And you'll notice that Mary Harris, which is the full name of Mary, the user that's logged in right now, is logged in and shown to work under, it's clocked in under the general. So regular clock in, not under a specific customer or a project. So at this point, we're going to go ahead and simulate the fact that Mary got on site and is ready to take on this project, this task that was assigned to her. So just as a reminder, we'll review the task together. This task was assigned for 1:15 today at 1:15 p.m. This is the quick description of what needs to get done. You can go to the Links tab, and this is where you would see who the customer is. You would see where the job location is, including the ability to open both of those records if you need to, and you have the security rights to do so. This is the document I was mentioning. This is a recent release and results where you're now able from here to open up the document in the field, and this was attached or assigned, and this could have been the checklist for you to deal with the roof inspection or anything that is specific to the assignment here. That file can be attached at the back office side and now available and immediately accessible by the technician in the field. This is information on the project itself, so I'll collapse that links. If there were products that Mary needed to accomplish this work, these would be inventory items or products that she needs to have to accomplish the job, and they will be listed up here. Notes, remember we had put some notes for Mary, and now Mary can work on this and add some notes of her own as she does the work. There's any additional internal notes field, resolution notes that you can put in there. And then there's the ability, of course, to take pictures, etc. So let's go ahead and have, so you see that the full record is there. Notice now there's this new start button. Let's go ahead and have Mary clock into this task. You'll notice the stop button. Well, two things happened. They happened quickly, so let me bring them to your attention. Even though she was scheduled to 1:15, did you notice how we adjusted the time because she just clocked in right now? So we'll automatically adjust the time so no additional steps or data entry has to be done by Mary. And now notice the start button disappeared because she's already clocked in into this task, and the only thing that will be available to her would be the stop time. Now let's go over to the right side and hit refresh again. So we're forcing TSheets to report where things are. And notice how now all of a sudden Mary is not only shown as working on Stefan Andrus's job, but she specifically is working on the sample project. If you recall when we were looking at the links, the project is the sample project. that that is that's the specific one of many potential projects for the client that she's working on. So at this point, Mary can do her regular work. She can do, take a picture. In this case, I'm on a laptop again, so I'm able to attach and link the files that needs to be part of this job. I'm also able to do a signature. So we'll go ahead, excuse my horrible handwriting, but that's there. Any files that will be taken through the device itself. In this case, I'm just working off my laptop, so I'm just going to go ahead and do the before picture, and we'll give it a label. For those of you that are not using our latest version of the mobile, we now kind of queue up the multiple files, allow the entity to work with them, and then when they're ready, submit them for upload. We found this is a much better approach, and after. We found this as a much better approach so that entities that might be in the field with a connection that's not solid, or there's an issue with the upload, or the image files are huge based on high resolutions on their devices, it might take a while. So we'll show them a navigation bar showing the upload status, and they can tell whether it was successful or not. Notice now they were successful, they were queued up, they're part of the system, and now we're able to update everything on this account. At this point, notice we're still clocking time for Mary under this task. And let's go ahead and finish the work. So we'll come in here. We click on the stop. We'll flag the record as completed. Depending on how you have your staff working, you might also have them or ask them to keep the status updated. So you can have them mark it as is complete. And now we will check the update information. Notice the system is warning about the discrepancy between the duration versus the set billable hours, and that can be handled by the back office. Obviously, also for those of you that have used our system, you'll know that there's also additional functionality for the person in the field to do additional things, like notify the project manager instantly. The system knows who the project manager is, so it will send an email to them or notify the assigned individual sending an email to the to self effectively. Their ability to create quotations on the fly. The system already knows what account you're with, what project, what location, puts all the information in there. And then also the activities, any additional activities or visibility. You're already there, you finished one task. Let's see what other task might have been assigned to the same project, to the same customer, or at the same location. So there's a lot of viewing capabilities that are available to you here. Just make sure that you're aware of them in case you have not before. Let me go back. Actually, I didn't even have to refresh up here. Did you notice that since Mary has clocked out of this task, how she was automatically put back into the general? And now if you actually go here to the main menu, you'll see that she's clocked under general. She's no longer clocked under that task because that task is complete. Actually, there are no more tasks for Mary. Mary is ready to go home early that day. And if you want to clock Mary out because she's done and she's ready to drive home, then she's clocked out of the system altogether. And if you come in here and do an F5, then Mary is not reported as working. Only the other workers that might still be part of the system are reported up here. One quick thing to show you while we're still here, those of you that might not have updated to our latest system, please note that we now have an availability. We have now an availability to have a technician that finished early, like Mary just did, to look within the vicinity that they're in for anything that within a certain number of miles. They can even look at specific activity types they want, let's say installation or review or maintenance, and then search for those. And if records were found, then you can even do a Google map instantly and pick the visual, pick the job closest to you visually from the map or specifically from the list up here. So in case you were not aware of that, we're leveraging GPS right now for field technicians to basically find, we call it assignment by location. Effectively, you're finding what's close to your location and assign yourself to it to get it done. Okay, at this point, let's bring closure to this. So you notice everything on the T-sheets was kept in sync based on the work. Just as a quick reminder for those of you that might not have used that functionality, if you go and open up that service, you'll notice that's already been completed, right? This is the back office seeing what's going on. You look at the status, it's already been completed, the status the way we touched it. If you go and look at the docs, notice the after and before, you can actually open those. And you'll be able to click on open and see the image, and you can click on the other one and see the image. Right. So the bottom line then is that what we have done is have the field mobile user get the work done. Instantly, everything is updated at the headquarters level. You can now even go to the billable and say, okay, I'm ready to bill this, and it's just the work done. By the way, this is the notice that we have gotten that effectively, because of the demo that we were doing, Mary clocked in, and within 3 minutes she had clocked out. And then we were basically saying, are you sure you want to bill for 1 hour? It was showing the potential discrepancy between the planned billing rate or number of hours versus what was done on site. And that's a decision you can make. And then you can convert this to an invoice or do it as part of your monthly invoices, whatever needs to get done. So sorry for running a few minutes late today, but thank you so much for being on the call today and for your interest in the TSheets and results integration. The beta version of results is shipping and available for those that register to be part of the beta program. That would be your email beta, B-E-T-A, at results-software.com. Or talk to your advisor, and they will arrange for you to receive the beta if you want to, and we'll also introduce you to the great team members at TSheets to sign you up for a TSheets account. Remember, all our integrations are at no charge, so the integration within results is available to you at no additional cost. Excuse me. But like with any other services like Constant Contact, SmartVault, ShareFile, SharePoint, whatever you want to use as a survey, as another product with the connection in there to them, you would need to sign up for that account, and we can help you and introduce you to the TSheets team to make that available to you. Thank you again very much for your time today. Appreciate it. We'll make the recording available to you so you can share it with others. And appreciate very much your being a results software customer and your interest in our integration with our great new partner, TSheets.